Welcome to the latest Motley Fool scoreboard. I'm on in Chalk Balloon. We've got longtime fools Rick Menares and Jason Hall giving a 1 to 10 rating to a top 50 stock in the primary Hidden Gems database. It's Slide Insurance, ticker symbol SLDE. Rate the strength of Slide's business first, including factors like industry and competition. A 10 is invincible. A 1 is hopeless. Both of you have 7s, Jason.
Yeah, the early signs are good. I'm just really reticent to give Slide a higher score. It is so new to the public markets. I love the industry. Insurance, there have been so many winners. Even just also rans that are just good businesses and disciplined can be great investments in this area. It's just too early to tell. This is an IPO that's less than a year old.
Yeah, I live in Florida. I know all too well the insurance dilemma that Slide is tackling using AI and other tech tools to get a better read on home, condo, landlord, and commercial residential property insurance. If there's ever an industry worth disrupting, given the insurance-fueled housing affordability crisis in this state and so many others, it's this one. But is Slide a disruptor or an opportunist? Investors better hope it's both.
For management, a 10 is Warren Buffett. A 1 is Homer Simpson. Rick's at an 8. Jason, you're at a 7.
Yeah, Anna, we did a video on Brinker recently that I talked about the tailwinds that are helping that business. There's a little bit of the same thing going on right now for Slide. It's just a good time to be underwriting insurance. But I do want to give management some credit here for the company's early success, and that management has a track record of delivering strong growth in the industry. Also, I don't want to punish them. The stock's way down from the IPO. It's been less than a year. Let's face it, the IPO was successful for the company, right? And we need more time to play out to find out if it's successful and it's going to deliver for investors.
Yeah, so if you're not a fan of inter-office romance, you might not like this, but co-founders Bruce Lucas and Shannon Sanders met while they worked at Heritage Insurance, where Bruce was founder CEO, Shannon was the director of risk management. Well, some risks are worth managing. They got married. She's Shannon Lucas now, and they both birthed Slide Insurance 4 years ago. So even though the company hasn't been around for long, Bruce is 2 for 2 in founding insurance companies in Florida that eventually go public with stronger growth than the industry itself. I went with an 8.
Let's pause and congratulate ourselves. Jason successfully compared Chili's with a Florida insurer, and Rick gave a shout out to inter-office romance. Let's move on to financials. A 10 is a fortress. A 1 is yikes. Rick's got a 9. Jason, you've got an 8.
Yeah, the underlying metrics are very, very good. The company's proceeds from its IPO were between $400 and $500 million. And that's essentially the amount that's sitting on the books right now. So they've been really smart with managing the balance sheet. But I really want to see how things hold up across the cycle. It's such a good time. It sucks if you're buying insurance, especially in markets like Florida. But if you're writing insurance right now, it's a good time because premiums are very high and catastrophic losses have been very, very low. How does the operating statement hold up when things get tough? That's when we're going to get the real score that matters for this company.
Yeah, so Slide has gone from 0 to $1 billion in revenues over the past 4 years. It's been profitable every year, with earnings also jumping higher each year. It has a market cap of $2.3 billion, but its enterprise value is closer to just $1.4 billion because of that cash-rich balance sheet that Jason was talking about. Slide into my DMs, please.
Rick, let's move on to valuation. How well will Slide Insurance's stock do over the next 5 years, and how safe is it? 10's a sure thing, 1's a lottery ticket.
Yeah, I went with a 10 to 15% 5-year return of safety score of 6. Slide went public at $17 in June. It's roughly around there now. It does business in Florida and South Carolina, but the lion's share of its policies are in the Sunshine State. Florida just had a very forgiving hurricane season, and understandably, Slide looks cheap because of that. It's trading for less than 7 times trailing earnings, and that PE multiple is closer to 5 if you go by enterprise value instead of market cap. I think the upside is there for double-digit annual returns. As for safety, I know it's hard to be safe when you're in a rough hurricane season away from massive losses, but I think Slide is built to weather the storm, so I went with a conservative 6.
Yeah, so the opportunity and the execution so far is why I agree with you. 10 to 15% is the likely case for returns. My safety score is lower at about a 5, so I think there is certainly a higher probability of losses because of the risk of catastrophic losses. The company is so concentrated in that area. They really need to continue to diversify into other markets where their concentration of weather-related risk is not so high. The cycle, if it does remain good and we go through this period where catastrophic losses are low and Slide's tech and its playbook do lead to continue taking market share gains, let's admit they deserve credit, but also they filled the vacuum because so many other insurers are leaving that market and there just aren't as many choices. There is a case to be made that if things don't go well, it's because today's healthy underwriting is just wallpapering over what may not really be a great risk assessment business, and investors end up with less money than they started with. And we don't have enough evidence to know how this is going to play out.
Thank you to both Jason and to Rick. They've given Slide Insurance a solid overall score of 7.2 out of 10. For topics, Jason prefers Kinsale Capital, and Rick prefers Berkshire Hathaway and its Geico unit. Look out for a new scoreboard every market day at 7 p.m. Eastern. Next up is Dassault. Till then, Fool on.